Hey guys, this is Steve with R.N.G Performance here. I'm here with Art, the owner of Art's Prime Steel Structures.
Hello.
These guys, we had them build us a 40 by 80 by 16 building with 3 12 by 12 doors, fully finished on the inside. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I want to note that Art here, today is Sunday. You drove how many hours?
A little over 6 hours this morning.
To come here and film with us and just check out the building. The whole key purpose of you coming, you wanted to see how good your guys did on this building.
I did.
And it's so impressive. My followers, they've been following. I did the live streams with the security footage, and so they also seen that how good the guys were doing on this.
Hey, I jumped on board and I'm one of your followers now too,
Stephen. Yeah, I follow you and I share your stuff, and I know people are like, well, he went from side by sides to buildings. But you know, this is my channel, and I do. My wife and I, we share our whole life on the social media. Sometimes we don't get privacy, you know, but it's okay. We learn to adapt, and it works. But we like to share everything with everybody because this is real life stuff.
This is it, brother.
There are people that are interested in getting buildings, whether it's putting their tractors or their boats, their side-by-sides, their jet skis, the list goes on and on. So we wanted to share this. And I know a lot of people do not finish the inside of their
They
buildings.
don't, Stephen. A lot of people don't even think about it. You know, they after the fact is done, you know, on all our commercial buildings, guys, we build these on 4-foot centers, just like a house.
Yep.
The last time I checked, lumber's sold in 4-foot increments, you know.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier to close in, but Stephen did not want to close it in with lumber. He wanted to get a unique look, and I think we captured it, Stephen.
And you know, a lot of people ask me why I chose the metal instead of wood. And they were asking me if it was cost. I don't know what wood would cost to do this. Either way, it would have metal siding.
Right.
But I don't know what wood would cost to do this. But when you're out in the woods like we are, you have things that you don't want eating your wood.
That's right.
Termites, rats.
Very good point.
Everything. So that was a big deciding factor. I wanted something that I didn't have to worry about. And mold. The mold isn't growing in this building. So you're out here in the elements. This building is surrounded by trees and grass and wood and everything. But there's a lot of things that went along with my decision on doing a full steel structure. And the biggest one was longevity. I don't have to worry about termites. I don't have to worry about mice. Yes, mice can get in here. That's any building. But they're not gnawing on this.
You know, steel buildings have come a long way, Stephen. When we started in the industry, it was really carport tops. Most people utilize these.
Yeah.
And from there, it's gone all the way into, you know, full residential barn dominiums now as well. But we're doing more and more of these commercial buildings. You know, we specialize in 30, 40, 50, 60, up to 70 wide buildings, guys, that you can do in a nice clear span metal. And like you said, you don't have to worry about the elements.
Right.
Metal's going to last a lot longer.
That was the biggest thing. And you know, our area, and I'm sure you've seen as on your way up here, there's metal buildings everywhere. We're in Amish country, and the Amish, they're doing this as well. Yeah. You know, so for the Amish to do it, it's something.
It's caught on, no doubt.
Yeah.
It's definitely a nice trend. You know, when we first started our interaction, and you know, Bradley worked with you, one of our building specialists, guys, and reached out and asked for Bradley. He helped Stephen, did a great job with you.
Yeah.
But then when I got involved with you, Stephen, because I told you, I said I'm a hands-on owner.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people will talk the talk, but you know, Stephen and I are the guys that walk the walk too. And here we are on a Sunday.
Yep.
Checking out, because I did tell you that I was
Sunday after Thanksgiving, a holiday weekend.
Don't bring that one up to the wife again, please.
I know.
But we're real grateful. So walk me around a little. Tell me a little bit about your
Well, first of all, I wanted to mention to them before we do that, that if you guys are interested in a building, contact you.
Yep.
You want to give them your phone number?
I do. 336-755-2121. Or online, artsPrimeSteelStructures.com. And I put a little special together for all your followers.
Yep. If you call and mention R.N.G, I'm not getting no kickbacks. We're giving it to you guys. So if you mention R.N.G to you or one of your sales reps, they're going to give you guys a nice kickback and a nice discount on your shed or your carport or your garage, whatever it may be. But also, you have a 3D...
We have a 3D builder online. And if you go on our website, again, at artsprimesteelstructures.com, right on our homepage, you'll see the 3D builder. Go in there and tinker around with it. It's real user friendly. You can design your own building the way you like it.
Yep.
Once you get that where you like, call us. We got a really cool feature that I think we utilize with you, Stephen, called the share feature.
Yep.
That we'll share the build right off of our screen with you. And we collaborate together and we build the building of your dreams. You'll watch it come to life.
Yep.
Put the door here, move a window there, change the colors. You can really visualize exactly what your building's going to look like.
You can, and that's the thing that I really like is you can put your doors wherever, you can pick whatever, you can change them up. You can do from this size door to that size door. You can put it over here, over there. You can put it on the ceiling. You can see however you want it laid out, you know, and that was real nice.
Just mention R.N.G Performance when you call, guys. I got a special discount strictly for R.N.G followers that I'd love to share with you.
Yep. Now, Art, the one thing that I've been stressing about through filming this whole process with your builders and stuff, about how good of a job they did and how straight, you know, just in here, and we'll go outside a minute too. Just for context, guys, look at this. Look at this. That's beefy. That's stout. It's the whole. I didn't know it was gonna be double walled like that. That's good. I think the other building that I was going to do through another company was only single wall. But just in here alone, all the lines are straight. If you threw a level on those edges, they're level. Yeah. And not only that, but these screw lines, they got me. They got me. These screw lines are nice and straight in here. And I'll do some B-roll shots of that when we're done. But you can see, if you find, I'm telling you, if you come to my building or even online and you find a screw line that does this, I'll buy your shot. You ain't doing it. So, yeah. And you know, another thing, I'll tell you, somebody pointed out to me the other day that was in here working, I think it was the electrical guys, the seams where the panels meet together,
yes.
Where are they at?
Yeah,
you can't really see them.
You can't.
They're so tight together, you can't really see them. So let's go outside. I want to show you guys what it looks like on the outside. Not many people have really gotten to see, aside from yesterday when I posted some photos of what it looks like. And everybody says, why'd you go with black? It's going to be hot. If it's hot, it's hot. It looks good.
It looks great.
Come on with me, camera lady. So guys, there's a lot of questions on people wanting to know how much this costs and everything. I'm going to do a separate video because it's going to take a long time for me to go through roundabout costs. It's going to differ for everybody, but I know a lot of people were excited to know what everything costs. But just to give you an idea, there's 140 tons of limestone here. And then underneath that, there is 120 tons of blacktop asphalt grindings. Wow. And we had to do that because of the soil that's under here. Your guys, man. You guys a little bit of a wider view. It is coming down. It is coming down. Such a mess, man. Is it such a mess? I know they seen it, you know, all the mud and muck. Yeah. We had to scrape all that away and start building back out.
You know, we were ready for install. The ground was perfect, and then we had a rainstorm the day before we got here.
Yep, I was so mad.
And it was a different terrain to work in.
Yes.
Hey, but the guys didn't say, "Hey, man, we can't work in this. We're going home."
Yeah, yeah, they kept going.
They might have tried it a little bit and said, "We're going to wait a little while," but Steven said, "Man, we'll work with you. I'm going to help you, and let's get this thing right."
Yeah, yeah, we did. They got their machine stuck, so I sent an employee out here to tug on it with my tractor, and it wasn't working, but we, you know, got some things going, and we got them, and that's a whole story for another day. But come on out here, Laura. It's raining, or snowing, or I don't know what it's doing.
A little bit of both.
I'll tell you one thing about this building. It's a metal door. That's not a fiberglass door. That's a metal door. That's what you need on a building. I see a lot of buildings, Art, they use the mobile home fiberglass. Yes, and they got the window in, which you can get the window in.
We do them, and we do them on all doors. We got a variety of doors from you guys, as Steven mentioned, if you're doing a little carport, then you just want an exit, that little door is fine. But when you've got a business, when you're utilizing a commercial building, spend a couple extra dollars
Yeah,
and
it
get a
wasn't
good quality door.
It wasn't much more to get
It's
this
not.
door.
It's literally a couple $100.
Yeah.
You can step up to a top of the line
Yeah.
steel door, metal door, and you know we advise you. We never want to try to upsell somebody and feel like we're just. In a nutshell, Arts Prime Steel Structures, brother, we don't ever chase the
Right.
dollar.
Right.
We chase the customer.
Oh, I can
We
I
do
can tell
it
you
the
that.
right way, and the dollar is a byproduct of doing a job the right way.
Yeah.
The same as referrals are. You know, when that's my best customers. When you refer
Yeah.
someone to me that knows from experience
Yep.
that we were treated right. Our industry's filled, Stephen. There's over 500 dealers
Yeah.
within 50 miles of us, if you didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
And most are just dealers. They're middlemen that take your money, and they'll ship you off to anyone who can do the building cheap for them.
Well, that's kind of like those. So when I bought this property, I couldn't tell you how many followers I had, and I'm not knocking anyone, so don't take it like that. But I couldn't tell you how many followers I had that wanted me to go buy them Chinese excavators.
Yeah.
And I had so many people, I can get them to you cheap. Well, I'll tell you the real story about those is they're buying them from auctions for dirt cheap, and then they're selling them to you as a new or whatever
Yeah.
unit, and you don't know it's coming from an auction. And like I said, I'm not knocking you because I know there is some dealers that retch out that are actual dealers,
Yeah.
but the Chinese machine is just not for me. So I can't even fit in it.
Our steel is made in America. We use U.S. products, and we're proud of it, man.
Yep.
We're proud to be part of this country, and we're really proud
Absolutely.
of the quality work that we're able to do for it. It is a gorgeous building.
It is. It really is. Laura, if you want to walk around here and just, you know, it's still sort of a mess, but we're working on
You're
it.
getting there.
We had to put a French drain in here, and everybody's telling me I'm doing it wrong, but, well,
Do you speak French?
no.
Then you did
Maybe
it
that's
right.
why. Yeah, maybe that's why. But as you guys can see, I did two 12 by 12 doors down here. One door, the end door, is going to get a lift in it. The main reason why I did the door setup the way that I did is in the summer when it is hot, I got airflow.
Airflow through here.
It'll circle. So a lot of people, they'll put their doors on the front of the building and you got no airflow.
No, that's a good
No.
idea for circulation.
Yep.
And I noticed, Stephen, you know, I follow you as well, and a bunch of people say, well, there's no windows in the building. So what was your thought pattern there?
Yeah, so the windows, you know, I've gotten every comment from you can't afford it, your township won't allow it. Listen, where I live, I could build a space shuttle and nobody cares. The reason why I didn't do the windows is because I'm not building this building for part of my business. I'm building this building for my YouTube channel. So yes, part of my business.
Yes.
But a lot of people, I don't know where they got it, that I'm moving my
I
shop
think you're
up here.
moving your shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not moving my shop up here. Would Laura and I love to eventually build a shop and move my business here? Yes, but not this building. This building here was specifically designed and developed specifically for my YouTube channel, my YouTube videos. The biggest reason for no windows is because this area here specifically, you get a lot of sunlight and it goes from there to there. And I don't want light just randomly coming in the windows when I'm trying to film. Because if you know anything about cameras, the lighting has to be right or you get kind of blind spots, just in layman's terms. You get blind spots and it's hard to see. I deal with that at the other shop. That's why we put black stuff across our windows. And people were asking me, why did you do that? Well, because it was hard to film. So,
You know, privacy too. You know, there's one thing when you're out where you are kind of remotely out here.
yeah.
You don't want people popping up here and looking through your windows to see what you got in the building.
That's it, you know, and Art, I'm sure you've seen my 9 million cameras that I have out
Yes.
here on the way in. But even without the cameras, you're in a remote area. You never know who's out popping around. And breaking a window is easy, and I'll never hear them in the house.
No.
My camera's gonna pick them up,
A little too late at that point.
but it's a little late, you know. So we are putting a security system in this building just because we're social media influencers. There are people that kind of know a general area where we're at, and that's fine. But there's weirdos, and I don't want my stuff stolen. Have you ever seen the YouTube channel Weston Champlin?
I have not.
Okay, well, he's a redneck just like me, and he does redneck things just like me. And he had a building, and somebody broke in a little window, hopped in, unlocked his doors, and they cleared out all of his tools.
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber, and he found a lot of them. He got a lot of them back, but he was lucky, you know.
Listen, it happens. We were just talking this morning that one of our, not my crew specifically, but in our industry, he unhooked his trailer. We load on Saturdays a lot, and he unhooked the trailer and go spend Sunday with his family and hit the road at 3 a.m. Monday morning. Trailer was gone.
Gone.
Parked it out next to his shop. Someone came, cut the lock, and literally took about $32,000 worth of building.
Yeah.
Just off, and no GPS tracker on the trailer. That's gone, long gone.
Yeah.
It's been about a month now, and no signs of that trailer.
Yeah,
at all.
it's insanity, the world we live in, and sometimes you got to take measures. Now, I know you're going to say, well, it's all going to be on camera. Well, yeah, it's all going to be on camera, but chances of somebody that watches me coming here, somebody who watches me knows I'm going to catch you before you leave the driveway. There's always random people in the area that are thieves. Not here so much.
Yeah, but it's the world we live in.
It's the world we live in, and if they don't know what's in there, they're not going to try it.
That's right. That's a great point.
Just no windows, and furthermore, I don't want them. So
we did this 16 foot tall. Allows you to put those 12 by 12 doors in comfortably.
Yes.
But any particular reason you went that tall?
For the doors?
For the building itself?
For the, yeah. So yes, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. The reason why I went to a tall ceiling is so when I get lighting up there, it doesn't blind my camera.
Ah, very good point.
Yeah.
We had no idea you were doing this as a studio.
Yeah,
setup
they didn't
when
know.
We did it.
They didn't know.
We didn't. We want you to be comfortable and happy with the building, and at the end of the day, you have your reasons why you want it, and we're going to follow your directions, your orders, and get you the building.
Absolutely.
And I hope we got it exactly the way you pictured it,
I love it.
Stephen.
It is. This is exactly the way that I had it in my mind. It is so hard to get it out of your head and on paper, and that's where that 3D model comes in, because you can literally sit in your chair in your living room on your laptop and just tinker with it here and tinker with it there until you get it the way you want. And does yours give the pricing on there too, roughly?
What it does, it doesn't immediately when you do it, but when you call us, Stephen, and say, hey, I got a build, or as soon as you actually do that and you provide your email, we're going to call you and ask you to review your build with you. At that point, we send you the link where you can see us live doing any changes that you want to your building.
Yes, they did that with me. And another thing I'll tell you that is good about them guys reviewing it as well is because you guys actually asked me if I wanted to make some changes that actually saved me money but bettered the building.
Yes.
So there was things I wanted done to this building that was going to cost more money, but actually wasn't going to be better for the building. And these guys saved me some money and bettered the building. And I think the trusses were one of those.
It was, and the way the trusses were done, we did a truss for you, and inside the building where when Stephen told us he was going to go ahead and enclose the full building, we used a flatline 16-foot truss going across, which makes that ceiling look as nice as it does. It gives a beautiful look, and at 16 feet, even though when you get a vertical truss, you gain a few more feet, you don't need that at 16 feet.
You don't. 16 feet is high enough. I had a lot of people concerned about the lift, and 16 feet might not be enough. But I think what folks are failing to realize is 16 feet is plenty to lift a vehicle, plenty high. I've worked in shops my whole life, and some with lower ceilings than that. And sure, there might be that one vehicle that you can't lift it as high, is what it is. But I'm not building this to be an automotive shop. I'm building this, we're going to do our side-by-sides. I'm thinking about getting into dirt bikes, maybe some custom tube chassis. The possibilities are endless, but anything I want to do here, I can do it, and I'm not really limited on how I'm doing it.
No, you're not.
I'm not working out here, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so 16 is plenty high enough, and then people were asking me how I want to heat it. I want to do a tube heater across.
Okay.
They're more efficient. They heat in minutes instead of hours. I got that turbo heater in there, and it works, but...
So between these two sheet metals, inside and outside, we did line your building.
So you did. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. I'm glad you brought it up, because I've had a lot of people telling me I should have did this and I should have did that, and there's lots of things we all should have done, but the thing is, we went with the double bubble.
We went with Astor Armor.
Yes.
Astor Armor. Astor Armor carries an R value just over 14.
Yes.
You know, people don't realize that. Everybody says fiberglass, fiberglass, fiberglass.
Yeah.
When you get into a metal building and you're using 2-inch fiberglass, Stephen, the R value is only about a 7.6.
Right.
And even though this stuff looks deceiving because it's a thin membrane,
right,
it's a reflective membrane, so
yeah.
it stops the building, the vapor protection as well, so
yeah.
the building won't sweat.
Yes.
Number one. And two is that it's got a 14 plus R value. You can feel the difference standing out here and even with the doors open going in the building.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, all the people that's telling me I didn't do it right and I should have went with their insulation and their guys, and the whole internet is always right.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, the biggest thing for me is it is cold here. It's been cold here. And I have a heater in there, and you turn it on for 5 minutes and it's already warmer, and it holds it. Like,
it holds it.
Yesterday, we was working, last 2 days, we were working multiple hours out here, and we went in there, and just going in there alone,
it warms you right
yes,
up.
It does. So guys, we moved back in here with Art, the owner of Art's Prime Steel Structures. And one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, we're going to close this video out, and we're going to show you guys a montage of this whole thing being built. 2 weeks down to like 6 minutes. So stick around. You're going to want to see that. It's awesome how it all came together. But, you know, we got roll-up doors, and a lot of you aren't fans of them, and that's fine. You can do all kinds of different door options through
panel
Art.
doors, roll-up doors.
Yep.
Anything and anything you want, we have.
Yep. But I also wanted to mention, you know, if you do go with the roll-up doors like me, these chains might not be for everyone. These guys can put motors on them. So that is an option you can do. You can still get motorized doors. And
Yes.
do you know the options on those?
Yeah, we have different motors on these, Stephen, but for the big 12 by 12 doors, we have a nice strong commercial motor that is adaptable to these doors that we will come out and install for you.
Okay.
And I know we wanted to get your building up and get it going, but as you proceed and your dream and the vision becomes exactly what you envisioned, roll-up doors, I know we're part of it, and putting the motors on those.
Yes.
So we're going to be here to take care of that for you.
And you can seal these doors.
Yes, you can. So there are header seals that are available. In all transparency, we came up today from North Carolina on this Sunday morning, and we left our header seals. They were moved in our shop by one of the workers, and he forgot to tell us where he moved them to. So we did search for about an hour this morning before coming out here. But we're going to make it, when we come back, we're going to brought you some samples of the header seals so you pick what you like, and we'll get them out to you.
Yep. We'll get those installed and everything, and I'll actually maybe do an install video for you guys so you know how to install them, just in case maybe you already have a building. And can you sell them the seals?
I do. Yep, I can sell them and mail them right to you with the hardware that you need to do that with.
Okay, so
that'd
there
be
you
a
go.
great idea. Show people how you do them, and they're simple to do.
Yeah.
That motors can be 110 with the simple connection.
Yep. Just they're plug in, right? You just
plug in motors.
So that's one thing. My electrician, he's going to run over outlets over here, and that way they just plug right in.
Plug right in.
So they're easy.
Got your remotes for them, so you can pull in when you need to. And yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be real good. Well, guys, we're going to close out this video. This is going to be it. Not it, but it for this video. And as we do more, we're going to bring more to you. And then after it's all said and finished, I got a folder stacking up with everything that's costed me everything. And we're going to go over and give you guys rough estimates of what this building costed me. Doesn't mean it's going to cost you that. I had obviously a lot more work than most people because of where I put this building. This concrete is 8 inches thick all the way across, so it's a lot thicker than most. Most people do what, 4 inch?
4-inch concrete. On a commercial, we recommend you do a 6-inch pour.
6, yep.
You know, and a nice footer like you did around the building, as you can see your footer here.
Yep.
So that's what's supporting all the weight of your building.
Yes,
so
yes.
Certain places you definitely don't want to cut corners on.
No, and like I said, I got more money in groundwork than what the average consumer will, just because we took out 9 feet of a hill here.
Yeah, a lot of dirt moved here.
Yep, and we're still not done. We're still gonna, I have plans on making that look nice and keep dirt from falling off, and that's whole other videos to come.
You mentioned about you're gonna share all your costs with this. If any of your followers are thinking of doing a metal building, you know, the only thing a quote from us costs you is about 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Reach out to us and say, hey man, I just wanted to get an idea. I might not be doing it like Steven in a month.
Yeah.
I might not do it for a year or two. But give us a call, get an idea, let us work your vision into reality and put it on paper and show you what you're looking at, so at least you know what your budget's going to be. So a lot of folks, don't realize you've got to put concrete, grading.
You do.
There's a lot of things that go into your budget.
There is.
And one of the things that we do a little different, guys, is when we heard a lot, it's Art, I still got to grade my ground, I still got to pour my concrete. Well, man, when you commit with us, you lock your price in for 6 months. We give you 6 months to get your ground ready, knowing in this volatile, I love President Trump, but he's given us 3 steel tariff increases this year. And nothing in these days, it seems like it's getting any cheaper, man. Everything's going through the roof.
It is.
Lock your price in, man. You got 6 months. 6 months. It's 180 days to put your building in.
And one other thing, some of you might want electricity, some of you might not want electricity. So that's another thing to add into your budget. I'll tell you right off the bat, for my electrician to come out here and wire the whole building, but he's also putting up lights that I personally purchased, and he's doing some outside solar lights for me, parking lot lights. It was about 25 grand to run electric from pull.
That's very fair.
Do all this. That is more than fair.
Yeah.
You may find an electrician that does it for more or less. I felt that was a great price, and I'm supporting a local small business.
There you go.
And that's what we like to do. Even if I pay more, I want to support
small
local
business.
Yep.
And that we were just talking this morning, good old Ben Franklin said it best a couple hundred years ago, and that is that the sweet taste of a cheap price or a low price is soon forgotten when the bitterness of poor quality takes over.
That's true.
You ever buy the cheapest of anything and it was the best?
Yes, I have bought some cheap things that were
Was it ever the best?
No, not the best, no.
Cheapest is never the best, and the best ain't ever been the cheapest.
It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, my favorite cheap place is Harbor Freight.
Oh, man, I got their buckets all over the place, brother.
Yes. I'll tell you, yes, even Harbor Freight sells some garbage.
Yes, they do.
But for the most part.
Yeah, for the most stuff, it'll get the job done at a fraction of the price, man.
It will. As a matter of fact, over the years, I needed a tool like right now, and the tool guy's not around, and I go to Harbor Freight, I buy it, and I get the warranty.
Get the job done. That's the beautiful thing with them. You get the warranty.
You do.
It's just as buying a Craftsman or buying off one of the trucks.
Yep,
no doubt.
exactly. So
2 weeks or 4 weeks lead time.
That's right. Pasquale's just reminded me to tell you, 2 to 4 week lead time, man. 30 days or less, we'll have your building in the ground if you're ready for it.
Yeah, you guys had this up in, I think, around 25 days. They were here and working and stuff.
From the time you said, "Yep, let's do it," sign the agreement. We asked for a small deposit on a large building. Just being real transparent. We ask you to give a little bit more money just before we start to totally produce your building. And Stephen was understanding of that. And then we don't ask for anything else until you're happy with your building.
Yes, they didn't want any money until it was done. So the rest of the money.
Yeah, we want to make sure that you're happy with it, man. Again, we're not chasing the dollar. We're chasing perfection and quality.
And I'll tell you guys, one thing, a lot of people think this stuff, and I want to say this lightly because it is expensive for some folks, but it's not as expensive as you might think. You might not want a fully furnished shop. You might not want 3 garage doors. One garage door might be sufficient with a man door. There's possibilities that will get you started, and you can always finish it later.
That's right.
You can always do certain things later. You don't have to do it all right now. Yeah. And that's one thing I want to let you guys know. It's not always as expensive as you think it is for a building. I've seen smaller that cost more.
Listen, we are this is a 40 by 60, but one of our most popular buildings is a 30 by 40 or 30 by 50 or 30 by 60. Mm-hmm. And literally, you can do one of those buildings for under $20,000.
Yeah.
You can do a 30 by 50 for under $20,000 and have a good quality building with some roll-up doors, some windows, some walk-in doors. They're very affordable. Again, check us out online. Get a quote. It's free.
And you know what?
Quote and see what you're up against.
If I get froggy, we might cut the rest of that hill out and add on.
There you go. And just add on here as well. I was going to tell you that this is a great place to do a lean-to, come off here and enclose that as well.
Yeah.
But you got lots of possibilities here, Steve.
There is. There's so much to do and so little time to do it. All right, guys. we're going to leave you with that. If you can, like, share, and subscribe. Go on over to their website, check them out, send them a message, give them a call. They're always willing to help you. You know, we understand some of you want to shop around and stuff. Just see what they can do and mention R.N.G. and get
some extra money, man. Just mention R.N.G. Go on and do a quote with us and let me save you some extra money. Man. We appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, guys. Peace out and God bless. And we'll see you in way more next ones.